I'm Eddie Betts, thanks to Fairmont Homes Built for Life. Visit a display village today. Ed, good morning to you, mate. Great to see you.
Morning, guys. How are you?
We're very well, thanks, Ed. Now, we want to talk almost exclusively about football, but before we do that, obviously, yet again, things got a bit crazy this week on account of some pretty appalling behaviour by a tiny number of fans. Amazing reaction, though, from the AFL, from our two clubs here in South Australia. I thought that photograph yesterday on the front page of the Tiser was magnificent. And I hope that you know that overwhelmingly people just want this bullshit to stop.
Yeah, it's been a tough week. And like you said, the support that's been shown to me and my family has been great, you know, from both footy clubs, the Adelaide Football Club and Port Adelaide. You know, the Players Association, Tony Armstrong, Paul Marsh has been fantastic, and the AFL with Gil McLaughlin, he gave me a call 3 days ago before he did that press conference. So,
how hard is it for you as an athlete to just sort of put this to one side? Because does it eat away at you?
Yeah, it does. You know, because it's racism, and we want to stomp it out of the game. And you know, when's enough is enough. So, and you know, Shawnee Berger brought a statement out the other day, which was pretty powerful. And yeah, it's tough. And you know, like I said, it affects me, but it affects people around me more. You know, my wife Anna, she was very upset with it this week. You know, just the hatred of it. You know, she was teary. So, you know, our kids are Indigenous, and you know, and they'll have to grow up with this stuff as well. So, is
it tough then, Ed, to keep your mind on footy? Do you think, you know, you're so distracted by it? Do you think, hell, I don't even want to play this week? Does that kind of thing ever cross your mind?
No, not really. You know, I've got a job to do. So, and I said that this week through Instagram. Sorry. So, you know, I'll go out there and be myself. I've just got to continue being myself. You know, being my up, bubbly, smiley self, and just keep doing that.
Yeah, well said.
Well, the one of the sad parts of it too, certainly not the saddest, but it just destroyed the sort of aftermath of one of the all-time great footy matches too, because it was such an amazingly good game of football.
It did, you know, and Showdown's a great game, and great game to play in, you know, and it was a great match. It's fierce. It was finals-like footy, and just stuff like this just wrecks it, you know, because we're not talking about how great the match was. Afterwards, we're talking about, you know, the fight on the hill, racist abuse towards players. So yeah, enough is enough. So,
have you had a chance to talk to Paddy Ryder?
Yeah, I spoke to Paddy the other day when we got together.
Because you sort of both lumped in this together, weren't you?
Yeah, and just asked how he was feeling, how he's going, and he's okay. I mean, with Port Adelaide, you know, they got a great Indigenous program over there with Paulie Vandenberg, and they got a lot of brothers down there, and so he's pretty comfortable and going well at the moment.
Yeah.
But you know, we just want to, how do we say, make footy an enjoyable place. You know, you want to go to the footy and enjoy it, and support your team, and win or lose. You know, they've got fighting on the hill. It's not kid friendly. You know, there's kids on the hill watching that, and you know, got people yelling abuse, racist abuse, and it's just not a great place to be.
No, exactly. It wrecks it for everyone. Well, with the game itself, that last quarter, Tex's goal, when that goal sailed through the 4-minute mark, because it really still felt like Port was still in that game right up to, you know, the bitter end. It was an amazing result.
Yeah, it was, and I think, you know, when I think Gray down the other end, Sam Gray, I think it was, he took Brownie on and then missed the tackle and kicked the point, hit the post right there, and that was to put us a draw. So it was a great game. When Tex kicked that goal, I actually put my hand up and like, yeah, and then went off and iced up my quad on the bench.
You thought our work here is finished, did you?
Oh, no, I didn't think that, but my quad was hurting that bad. And he said there was only like a minute and a bit to go, so I thought I'd go off and ice the quad.
You got an opportunity this weekend to kick a milestone goal. You're one shy of 200 goals for the Adelaide Football Club.
Really?
Yep, one shy. You're on 199 now. I was thinking, is there any style of goal you've ever dreamt about kicking you actually haven't kicked yet? Was there any? What's the ideal way you'd bring up your 200th goal?
What was the last one? The 100th was against Essendon, I guess it was. Yeah, it was against Essendon on the boundary line, that set shot.
Yeah,
it was when that guy bet a slab of Jim Beam. I remember that. It'll be fitting to bring the 200th goal up against Essendon
That'd be
as well.
nice.
Yeah. I don't know, to be honest. Probably just a nice, quiet set shot in front.
Do you have a favourite of your 200? Is there one that stands out in your memory?
No, Josh asked me yesterday what was your top 4 goals for the Crows, and I said probably the two goal of the years.
Yep.
One both at Adelaide Oval, and then there was one before, when my first year against North Melbourne in that pocket.
Yep.
Where it should have won, but it didn't. And what was the other one?
Recount.
We said yes, I forgot. I forgot. Sorry.
I reckon the very first one, probably it wasn't a spectacular goal, but at the first game at the Adelaide Oval, you kicked the goal in the Showdown, and it was just, I think, a lead out mark, 35 out, and it was the first Eddie chant with that many people, and it was just this moment, and everyone sort of got on board with the Eddie chant. It was just it was an amazing thing, but it wasn't a spectacular goal. It was just a really memorable, great moment.
We'll just hope I kick a goal. That's it.
Yeah. Well,
not.
Your record's been pretty good against Essendon. Yeah. Is it tougher playing in a forward line now that's not settled? Because everyone talks about the Crows forward line best in the competition, but suddenly you've missed Tex 1 week, Josh Jenkins 1 week, Mitch McGovern's out now as well. Does it make it tougher for you to kick goals when it's always changing?
No, not really. And if you watch the games that Tex didn't play round 1, Josh played but didn't play round 2, and then didn't play round 3. So we played some really good footy, and we've got some young guys coming through. We've got Menzel coming through as well. So I don't know how they're going to do it this week. They can go small or tall, so that's up to the coaches to decide. But where we know each other's strengths and weaknesses, so I think we'll be all right.
Has there been any talk around the club, Ed, about some of the hype that we're seeing from some of the footy experts? I saw David King this week saying the Crows are going to be 10 zip and they're a lock for the 4
10
people.
Zip?
Yeah, 10 zip. apparently, according to David King, the first game Adelaide could lose is round 11 against your old mate Paddy Dangerfield at Cardinia Park. But some people are getting quite a long way ahead of themselves talking about how well things are going, aren't they?
Yeah, obviously I've never knew that. So I don't think we're speaking about that at the club. Like we said, it's just week after week. We got Essendon this week. We're not talking flags. We're not getting too ahead of ourselves. We're just week by week.
Have you seen much of Essendon? They're doing all right.
They are. They're playing some great footy. They beat Hawthorn, who else they beat? Brisbane. And they lost against Carlton in the wet on the MCG on the weekend. So then that was a tough game. So they're playing some great footy. They got the full squad back now, so it should be a good match.
Speaking of the hype train that David's talking about, I don't know if you've seen Warren Treadway wrote in the Tizer this morning comparing Charlie Cameron and Andrew McLeod. What do you make of that comparison?
Yeah, I actually just saw that just before, comparing them at that age.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see. But they're both legends. Charlie's going to be an absolute superstar. The way that he's playing at the moment, you get him up the ground. On the weekend, he took the ball at back 50 and ran all the way to our forward 50 and set Otto up. No one could catch him.
And he lost it and he got it back again.
He lost it, had enough time to pick it up, look behind him, and then go again. So
he had a couple of great highlights on the weekend, not just the run. Did you speak to him at all about... He showed a great deal of compassion with the hit that he ultimately got a fine for. He went back in general play.
Because he was a bit worried. And I saw him afterwards, and I was standing next to him when who did he hit again? He hit...
That's a good question.
I can't remember.
Yeah, but anyway, he said, "You okay, man?" Oh, sorry, mate. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit you high and stuff. And
does the tribunal take that into account if you apologise?
I think so. He showed a great.
He didn't mean to hit him high, and he said sorry and apologised. So, but like I said, Charlie's going to be an absolute superstar. I think I should be a coach because I said that during last year. Get him up the ground. So.
We should find the audio of that, Eddie. We should get that.
We'll dig that out.
That'll be part of your coaching audition post-football.
Hey, all the very best tomorrow night, Eddie. And we meant what we said. We want all this nonsense to stop and everyone just get back to playing sport because you're an absolute ambassador for this great game of ours.
No, thank you. And I just want to thank everyone out there for their support. It's been fantastic. So thank you.
No worries. Good on you. Good luck tomorrow night.
Good on you, Eddie. Thanks to Fairmont Homes. They're built for life. Visit a display village today. Let's head into the newsroom and get the latest from Milestones.